Hello everyone, this is Exquisite Natural by Design LLC. I'm Janine Mills and I'll be with you today. We're going to jump right on into it, but always know, check our website out at www.exquisitenaturalbydesign.com, or you can give us an email and we'll answer questions at exquisitenbd@gmail.com. So today we're going to focus in on questions from our viewers that we get. So we get a lot of questions sometimes for the viewers, sometimes out of curiosity. They actually have, questions that they want answered. So we want to give you some answers to some of the questions that you have. And I'll try to make them short because I know I can get long-winded sometimes. So the first question is, how did you get into the business? How did I get into the nail care business? Wow. Well, let's just say after I got out of school, getting my BA in French, I went in, like most people, went into the work world. And of course, not necessarily in my field, but in 99, I started working for a spa. And what happened with that was I fell in love. But it was something that I've always liked to do because even when I was younger, if my brother had a problem on his face, from puberty or whatever, I was always concocting, making stuff, and I was always a huge proponent of baths and just taking care of the hands and the feet because that was part of your hygiene, as according to my mom. So it was just something that was always so very important to me, even at a young age. So in working in a spa, it just helped me realize that that's just what I like to do. I love the people. I love working on people. I love making things, and just everything that I love to do is incorporated at working at the spa. So that's pretty much how I got into the nails. I went to school, of course. I'm a certified nail technician. I've been working in the field for about 15 plus years. Um, and I just love it. It's that work that it's hard work, but because I love it so much, I don't necessarily see it as work. It's a passion, and I just love it. So I hope that answered that question of how I got into being a nail tech. And any time with a nail tech, I will say this: you pick where you want to be within that industry. Some people are amazing nail artists, so that's a big, like, almost to itself. Some people are really into the enhancements, nail enhancements. Me, I'm a naturalist, so that's the field that I chose. So I chose the realm of doing hands and feet naturally without using enhancements or anything like that. And I took it one step further, and I pretty much make my own products. Well, we make our own products because it's not just me. I work with Dana, so Dana likes to, she's an esthetician, so she's more into the skincare, but we both love making products. The next question is, why did I choose the nail care business? It's just a passion. It's something that I've always done. And Dana, being an esthetician, it's a passion for her, and she loves what she does, and I love what I do. So I think it's just we chose each other, and it was a good fit, like a good pair of shoes. So hopefully that answers that question. And who made Exquisite Natural by Design LLC? Well, that is not necessarily a complicated question, but it is a question where you had two individuals. So, Exquisite Natural Design has two owners. It's me, Janine Mills, and Dana Hennett is the other owner. And um, before we met, I was going down a path of doing the natural and trying to do a company and making products and doing services for people. And then Dana was over trying to establish the same thing and doing services on people. So since we were friends and we worked together for a long time, why put into big efforts and let's just bring it together into one pie? And that's pretty much how Exquisite Natural by Design, the actual name is an umbrella name. It's one of those names that we want to put a little bit of everything in there. I've been working on Exquisite Natural Design a little longer. And it's a divine name, I'd say. It was definitely something that I prayed upon, and God gave me the answer to it. So that's how we come. And it's an umbrella because you can naturally make products. It can be about the natural hair journey. It can just be about nail care, skin care, body care. So it's just so many umbrellas that we can fit into it. Health. We are big proponents of health and wellness, and that's a good piece of what we do as well. So um, that's pretty much how we, and everything we do, we want it to be exquisite. We want it to be the finest of the fine. So that's how, pretty much how it came out. It's exquisite and it's natural by design. So let's see. How often should you file your nails? This is a question I get a lot on how often you file your nails. And I would say this. I don't believe that you need to file your nails every day, because I don't want, if I say every day, then people are going to start overdoing it. So, what I like to say is, I know for whatever reason, I'm heavier on my nails in the middle of the week. So, I like to do a light file on Monday. I might do it again on Wednesday. And then again on like Friday. Saturdays I'm normally working on clients, so there's no need in me trying to do, because I still get like the protection and stuff and getting the scrubs down. So filing your nails, it can be, it's something that shouldn't be overdone. And you shouldn't be doing a heavy file every day, because you're just going to thin out or tear the nail, and then you don't want your base to be weak. So I would say be comfortable, but like about 3 times a week is great, because what you want to do, we use our hands a lot, and what you're filing, or a light file, as I like to call it, a light file, um, is to take away the little nicks that we get. We work with our hands, we're typing, we bump into things, and we get little nicks in the nails. So that's why I like I said, I do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type deal. Like 3 times, I think it's a safe bet. You'll be okay with filing the nails. But just don't overdo it, and make sure that you're using a good file. And even though it's a file, you do want to make sure that you're tossing them out and replacing them. Like once a month, you should be replacing your file, even if you're sanitizing them. And think about the grade of your nail. So like, if I don't know if you can really see that, but my nails, they are pretty, they're like in the in between. They're not overly thick, they're not really thin, brittle or dry or cracked or anything like that. So the file I use is a medium grade. This is my file. I even use this one, or a fine grade file. I wouldn't use a coarse file if your nails are weak or soft. So the problems that we have with the nails also comes from just the fact that you're using the wrong file, the wrong coarseness of a file. So hopefully that answers the question on how often you should file your nails. You don't want to do it too less, and you don't want to do it too much. So you want to be somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to stress light file. Because every time I say file, people get real aggressive with it. And then they have no nails. So a light file, that's just, you just want to get the edges, because we nick the edges. So you just want to get the edges. A nice light file. You just want to boom. That's light. That's light. You know what I'm saying? That's light. And how you file them would based on the shape. And I'm a square girl, squirrel type girl, so I just keep a nice basic shape. The next question is, what products are good to use on your nails? Wow. I think from all the videos, I've gone into products that you can use. I'm a natural girl proponent. So, again, I'll stress using a good scrub. Sugar scrub on your hands is a good thing to help take care of the hands, cleansing the hands, keeping them moisturized with a good natural, um, excuse me, nail oils for the hands. And that's also good for the nails. Also, other good nail for the nails. I love the cuticle oil. That's probably one of my best things, the cuticle oil. I love these things. They have them all different ways, but really, if you're using the oil, it's the same. So, but you just want to pay attention to really massaging it around the cuticles, the nails, and on the hands, and that you're gonna see a tremendous growth in your nails. You're gonna notice the strength in your nails is gonna change a little bit from using the cuticle oil. Okay, so I mean, just yeah, very simple. For the nails, you just want a nice file, a nice cuticle oil, and a sugar scrub, because you do want to scrub those hands to get the dead skin cells off to help free that skin growth. You don't want it to be suffocated from the dry skin on your hands, and that would just help promote really good nail growth. And I'm just natural, so I make up my own oils, and you can too. You can go into the kitchen and some olive oil, shea butter, um, coconut oil. I mean, you just go crazy with the type of oils. Carrot oil is another oil I've been known to use. Sea bucking oil. I mean, it's just so many oils that you can use. So you can make up your own. If you go out, I tend to stay away from petroleums because petroleum is a humectant. So pretty much if your hands are dry, you're locking in the dryness on your hands. It's a barrier to protect against something. And if you're dry underneath, it's going to stay dry. If you're oily underneath, it's going to stay oily. So people like lotions. A natural lotion is a really good thing to use that is not based off of um, petroleum. So I hope that answers the question for the nails. And let's go to the next question. What is good for those deep cracks on the feet? That is a cute question, but I'm laughing because I've been working with a client of mine about the cracks on her feet, and she thought I was crazy when I was giving her one of my remedies, and I do natural, so I'm gonna give you the same remedy that I gave her, and she really did thought I was cracking down, but it works. I'm telling you, it absolutely works. So this is just some aluminum foil. People are like, what does this have to do with the cracks on the feet? This is a sweet potato. Oh my goodness. So you want to cook this sweet potato because you want the natural, it's like a stickiness, almost like the natural juices that come out from the sweet potato. So once you wrap it, I bake them like this, wrap, let it sit in the oven until it gets soft. Not that you can't eat the sweet potato, because you can. And then after I unwrap it, you see all of these beautiful juices and oils, and it's like a sap, I like to call it. And that sap is what I like to use. So it's the natural sap that you want, and you can just take your hand. Now, please do not burn yourself. I have to tell. Let me just put that disclaimer out now. Do not come back telling me that you burnt yourself because you want to hear me say that. Do not just put it on the hot as soon as it comes out. Let it cool down some, people. But I have to say that. But you want the sap. So when you have that sap that comes from the sweet potato, you can just take your finger when it cools down. Take it and you put it on your hands, and then just take your foot and start placing it on the deep cracks. You don't have to wash it off. Nothing. You just keep it on. It's a good moisturizer, protecting, and you're gonna notice that those deep cracks are gonna start to go away. Of course, you still want to foul the feet. You have, last week, last time we were together, I know I talked about a good foot file. You want a good foot file, whether it's like a pumice. Do not use metal or blades. And there's so many good files out there, but no, remember, I'm not a proponent of blades. I will not tell you to go buy a Credo. You won't do it. So you want a good file that you can use to help, because it's not just about putting a sap on your nails, but you want to file. You have to start to alleviate some of that dead skin around the cracks. If you start shaving it, it's just going to make it worse later. It doesn't look like it at the time, but it will get harder and drier and thicker. and it's just not so a good file. You just want to file the foot. Of course, you soak the feet, exfoliate the feet. Sugar scrubs, we've been talking about sugar scrubs. You want to sugar scrub the feet. You want to file the feet really good and put on that sap and then put on a nice oil and put a plastic bag on with some salts. That sounds, I'm old fashioned. I am truly old fashioned. Now old fashioned, really old fashioned. People had you with the petroleum jelly. That Vaseline. People used to have you with the little put the plastic on the feet. And I'm just telling you, the difference is we won't use the petroleum jelly. We won't use the Vaseline. We're gonna use oil. So take the sap from the natural sap, put that on first, and then you want to rub with your natural lotion or oil on the foot. Take a plastic bag, wrap it around the feet, and put your socks on and go about your daily day. You're gonna see such a difference with the those deep cracks that you're seeing, to the point that, and it takes time. Let me just also put that out there. Don't think it's just gonna um, go away in one treatment. It's something you have to be consistent with the treatment, and it will go away. And you're gonna be like, oh, look at my sexy feet, no cracks. So that's just, that's one of the ways you can use to get those deep cracks. And that's a wonderful natural treatment. And sweet potato doesn't cost that much. So hopefully that answers that question. You can always email me or go on the website to contact me if you need more about that. Um, and the next time I do the video, because the sweet potato that is just becoming my best friend, and now we're coming into the holiday season, and I can do so much with sweet potatoes. So I think probably one of these will be about the sweet potato and all of its beautiful uses. The next question is, what are some tips for hand care? I think we kind of went over that one. I think that's more of a duplicate kind of question. So, just hand care. You want to exfoliate. You want to moisturize the hands. Um, those are great tips for just taking care of your hands. Um, use the natural oils on the hands. It's beautiful. You're going to see amazing growth from it. And the last question I have here is, what are some good vitamins to take for nail growth? I can go on and on about that, but let me just put this disclaimer out there. I can give you every vitamin in the world, but I'm not a doctor, and neither are any of the other nail technicians. Well, some of them actually might be, but neither are most nail technicians. We are not doctors. We are not medically trained to sit there and say, well, if you take this vitamin versus that. So I always say discuss what type of vitamins and let your doctor help you come up with a good vitamin regimen. But I know a lot of people know about the biotin. You can take that. But honestly, if you're taking a really good multivitamin, natural multivitamin, you have to understand that that multivitamin has some biotin in it and other things that are really good for nail growth. So if you're taking that multivitamin and then you start to go to the drugstore and get the biotin, but you have the different levels of biotin, you could overdo it. So even though the nails will get really hard, it's going to get so hard, it's going to just snap off. Like your nail, the nail growth. I'm not talking like the finger or the hand. I'm just saying, because that biotin, it's going to get really so hard because you're giving yourself probably too much of a dose of a good thing. And we've always talked about it. Too much of a good thing can also be really bad for you. So you have to balance that out. And talking to your doctor will help you balance out what you're trying to do. So I like to use natural vitamins. But if I'm taking a really good multi-natural vitamin, then I'm not going to take the biotin. Or if I want to take the biotin, then I'm talking to my doctor because I want to make sure my levels of biotin is not way too up or way too down. And it's not just about the vitamin. You have to, it's a lifestyle. And I think, let me just put that out there now. Happy hair growth, nail growth, whatever's, even the glow of skin. Like people like that skin glow. It's a lifestyle. So it's about how much water you drink, how much fruit you eat, how many vegetables you eat, green vegetables. You know, it incorporates so many different things. I can tell you how to do this, and this, but if you're eating, if you don't have a proper diet, that's going to hinder some of the things you're trying to do, whether it's growing your hair out, your nails. So just know, if you're not eating properly, if you're not drinking enough water, that is going to hinder a lot of the process with some of the results you're trying to get. So I can give you every tip in the world on how to take care of your hands, how to grow better nails. But again, you still have to drink the proper amount of water. A lot of people will ask me sometimes about the water. Well, how much water should you drink? Now, you know, everyone says 64 ounces of water, which is 8 ounces, 8 glasses of water in a day. 64 ounces. I'm a proponent of doing half of my body weight. That's just me. But again, that's something there you can work out also with your doctor too, because one thing, again, a good thing can also be a bad thing. So drinking way too much water, you know, can be bad for you instead of being good for you. You know, there are people who die from water poisoning. That's because they have way too much water. So that's why I say I tend to go more on the water side on my weight. And I work with my doctor with that to make sure that I'm getting the adequate amount of water that is good for my size. You know, and as I lose the weight, that's going to probably fluctuate a little bit more. But again, you know, I do make sure that I'm drinking at least half of my body weight. But that's my preference. Some people might just want to do the 64 ounces of water in a day. Again, what are you eating? Now, you know, the United States have a really big portion control problem. I just went to, not that long ago, to Wendy's. Now, I did have a salad. Honestly, I did. And I asked for a medium, and I think it was tea. And that big conglomerate of a cup that they bought me, I said, what is that? They said, this is the medium you requested. I need a child size. The first you're going, I'm just keeping it real. I would be urinating on myself as big as that cup. That thing was about the size of a super big goat. That's not a medium. I don't. In whose world is that a medium? That was a big size cup for a medium. I was like, I'm so sorry, but y'all gonna have to at least give me a child cup because now I'm scared of the rest of your sizes. And again, but let's say it wasn't water or like a green tea, because I was doing the honest green tea that they have. You don't need that much. You absolutely don't need that much soda. That's too much sugar going into it. That's crazy. So we have portion control size problems here. So again, you know, you can't eat McDonald's every day. And I know people who eat McDonald's 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And that's not a good, healthy diet. And let's just keep it real. You don't want to overdo it on the protein. It's nothing wrong with eating meat. It's how you're cooking that meat. Eating all that fried food is not good for you. You know that. I know that. So you know you want to do leaner meats. I'm not saying not to eat beef if that's what you choose to eat, but you want to eat the leaner parts of the beef. And you don't want to eat so much of the beef. And I think they say for 1 pound, is it 1 pound of beef takes 72 hours to process through your system. 1 pound of beef takes 72 hours to process through your system. A Big Mac is supposed to have 1 pound of beef. I think now, you know, they have quarter pounders. They have, I don't know, I see too much meat on a patty sometimes. And it's just not from McDonald's. And I'm not just picking on McDonald's or any other place. I'm just saying. So if you're eating that 3 times a day, do you understand how long it's taking before you can get the first meat processed out your system? 3 days now. So it's 72 hours is 3 days. So before the first one, this is in one day. I know some people will eat burgers 3 times a day. So the first burger is taking 3 days. So you have now 3 burgers that's taking 3 days to get out your system. But the first one has to work out first before the second one gonna work out, and then the third one gonna. You're backing yourself up. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So it has to be balanced. And if you're eating meat, it's not to say that you can't eat meat, but just watch how much meat you eat. You don't have to have beef every day. You don't have to have chicken every day. You don't have to have fish every day. You don't have to have turkey every day. Balance it out and make sure you're eating some vegetables. And the vegetables do not cook all the nutrients out the vegetable. So if you're cooking down your vegetables, you didn't cook all the nutrients out. Try to stay with fresh vegetables or frozen vegetables. Canned vegetables honestly have almost no nutritional value at all. And then you have to watch the salt that's in there. So I mean, it's just so many things. Like I said, it is a lifestyle. It's not just, oh, I want beautiful nail growth. I want this. I want all of these things. And it's not that you can't have them, but just know that one thing will affect the other thing. I can, even with the best vitamins in the world to take, if you're not drinking water, you're gonna at some point have a problem. And it's not just a problem of nail growth or hair growth or, getting that good skin. Now you have a problem with maybe your liver or your kidneys because you're not flushing them out. So it's just a very balance. And your doctor can really help you map out, or a nutritionalist can really help you map out how to do your food. You don't have to necessarily you don't have to necessarily do other things. So I'm just saying it's a lifestyle. So everything that I'm talking to you is how we got into the business, how Exquisite Natural by Design got together, and what we promote is a healthy lifestyle, a wellness that you need. So it has to be a full circle type thing. And I just really hope that these answered your questions. And if you have more, please send them in. And I promise I'll do this again with more questions and more in depth. And if there's the things that you want to see, anything you want me to, go over or go through, by all means, if you send it in, we can make that happen. So you are the key to these videos. If you love them, we love them. We love it. But we want to give you what you're looking for, some of the answers that you really, really, really have. Whether it's within nails, skin, hair, we have a bunch of professionals that we know in every part of the industry. So just, I just again hope you enjoyed it. I love answering your questions, and hopefully that gives you more to understand about us. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Bye bye. Take care.